Hello. Good morning. July 3rd today, July 3rd Sunday. It is supposed to be International Plastic Free Day. There are many other days also noted in the net. One is International Plastic Free Day. Another is Disobedience Day. There are many others. These two I think are more important. Disobedience Day. Don't follow the directions given to you by your parent or your teacher, that kind of thing. It is called International Disobedience Day. Okay, all said and done. Well, today I am going to tell you something about the animal and plant, all living beings. If you remember, we used to have in our science, I think it must be there in the curriculum, differences between living and non-living. A living means a plant, animal, vertebrate, invertebrate, the animal that fly, the animal that swim, animal that live in the earth. They are all living, they move, they speak or they make sounds, they have a digestion process, metabolism. And one of the things which living beings, are empowered, have the ability to heal themselves at the time of injury, and they repair their bodies in different ways. The plant also regenerate. If you cut them, another will come up next week. If you do that in your gardening, you will see it. So there is a very complicated process, very lengthy process, which we have understood to some extent, but not fully. So that is the process of repair. Every animal possesses. Whereas non-living beings, if you cut a piece of wood, it is not going to regenerate, obviously. So that is what we used to read. And this repair, we have to understand this. Every person, I feel, who is scientifically minded or otherwise, even in our class curriculum, I think the students should be told, or in different levels, about this. This is the fundamental thing everyone must understand. Okay, it is called the bio-inspired healing. Is an intrinsic ability in the incredibly biodiverse population of plant animal kingdom created through evolution. See, this process has been created through evolution. Plants and animals approach healing in similar ways. But with unique pathways such as damage containment in plants or clotting in animals. Blood clots, unless there is some problem. Okay, unless the person is suffering from some disease like the Christmas disease or using some chemotherapy, that is different. After analyzing the examples of healing and defense mechanism found in living nature, mainly there are 8 prevalent mechanisms have been identified so far. Maybe more will come as we progress, as we do more research at the micro level, at the microscopic level, at the nano level. Now these are listed as reversible muscle control, clotting. Then there is cellular response. Okay, the cellular response is huge area. According to the location or the site or the organ which has been injured or damaged, the cellular response. There is one general type of cellular response, as you know. There could be damage, there could be disease also. But cellular response has to, will come into effect like army of things. Which will use several mechanisms, humoral mainly. There are special cells which we have got. We have got what is called the T cells. We have got the leukocytes in the blood. In every organ you see, there is a specific type of those cells who will come into play as armies whenever there is a damage or whenever there is an infection or a disease. That that is cellular response plus you might say humoral mechanism. Then there is a thing called layering, which means it will plan, the body will plan, create layers, and it will progress. It is dynamic process. If the person dies, that is different. If the person goes on living, this protective surfaces, layers, and this floating cellular response, then there is vascular networking. Again, that is related to layering. Networks are capsules, exposure, and then this has been divided into replenishable, furnished functional coatings. Furnished functional coatings. Again, there is variation. The general process remains the same. There is variation depending on the location of the disease, or there is, you might say, the site of the disease. We know. The heart itself repairs. The heart goes on beating. Somebody counted it beats about maybe 20-30 billion times in the whole lifespan, average lifespan of a person. Some 30-40 billion times. Okay, it works very hard. One of the organs which never stops is our heart. It will also follow the same whenever there is disease or damage. Okay, and there is a mechanism called phagocytosis or autophagy. The dead, which are no more, good for our body, are actually eaten, are digested by our cells themselves. So this is about the mechanism of natural healing process without using any medicine, or if the medicine are not even used, whether in animal, tiger, rhinoceros, a crow, a vulture, a sparrow, or a human being. Okay, in all these living beings, even the coronavirus, for example. You know, coronavirus is a unicellular. People again debate about this exact classification, but generally it will enter into our cell and then dictate the cell to act according to its wish. Okay, and it also then what does it do? It reproduces. It makes more of its fellow beings very fast. It is a unicellular, I might say. There are other unicellular like amoeba, like there are so many unicellular organisms, okay, which live in our gut, in our large intestine, small intestine, or in our skin, and they have the ability to, whether it is a bacteria, whether it is a unicellular organism like the Escherichia coli, it will reproduce very fast. That is one of the characters in the unicellular organism, whereas in the multicellular organism, we check our lifespan, we check a dog's lifespan, you check a lifespan of a crow, or an elephant, for example, or a tortoise. Okay, the lifespan is more in the multicellular and they reproduce slowly. For example, human beings, okay, even if they are, impregnated very fast, a person cannot have, a female cannot reproduce more than once in a year roughly. Number of child may vary, it may be a couple, it may be a twin, it may be triplet, quadruplet and things like that. But the fundamental process remains same. Whereas it is same in the birds, okay, they have got lesser, what is called the estrus cycle. Every organism has this estrus cycle, and this cycle has got a definite timeline, and only reproduction is possible. Therefore, that is the main difference I told you about. So everyone should know that if I am wounded, if I am diseased, or if you are diseased, may not let that happen, may God forbid that. And as you grow old, of course, as you grow old, what is going to happen to this process of ability to repair in this different level, like clotting, cellular response, layering, this humoral response, are they going to be diminished? Yes, that is going to happen because the body ages. Slowly the ability to repair when you are very young, which was very fast, now when you are old, is not going to happen, but it will remain unless, of course, you are suffering from some disease which destroys your this mechanism of cellular repair, mechanism of humoral response. Okay, disease, there are autoimmune diseases which destroy one's ability. There are several of those. There is a long list of those diseases, and also some diseases like the HIV, or if a person is undergoing chemotherapy for cancer, the drugs which are used to treat cancer themselves can retard, can slow down this ability. So we have to understand this. Keeps you going, I would think, when you are older and older. But please understand, even if you are aging, if you try to follow a regular lifestyle, of course it varies. I'm not an expert, but generally, the general knowledge says one cannot equate everyone has to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning and go to sleep at 9 p.m. in the night. We cannot say that. Because everyone's body is different than the other guys. Some people may sleep at 12, some people may sleep at 7. Therefore, one cannot practice this rigidly. This we understand now. Now, what is called the tailoring of the treatment according to your body's routine, which we should not be tightening too much, we should not be pressing too much, we should not be very forceful about it. It varies. We have to understand. Doesn't matter if you don't sleep all night for a day. Don't have to get worried. And there is another factor here. The psychological aspect of repair and healing in our body is also there, but it is entirely a different matter. And people have found when a person is not very optimistic, his healing process especially, they have done a lot of research on this. They did surgery, before surgery. Person is very optimistic, he will recover fast. And people who is very pessimistic will not recover fast. There are articles about it, you can go and read. In what is called the PubMed Central, there are other also what is called the Copernicus Index. There is Med Science International. There are so many. But these are articles which I am referring to are published in reputed, peer-reviewed, accepted, and indexed journals. So there is something from there, and there is another one now. I like to tell you something more. This one relates to a singer, a musician, a writer of immense talent who was born in Khotan in 1938. His initial name at the time of birth was Kailash Bahadur Pandey. He was the eldest son of his father among the 6 children, and you might guess whom I am talking about. His mother unfortunately died when he was about less than a month old. He changed his name. He took the name as Bachu Kailash. Okay. And his song is one of the most popular. Used to be in our time. Tara Tara Janu Cha Sathi, Itari Pankhi, Larke Juban. There are so many songs. I'll put one of his songs, alright, in relation to this. Tara Tara Janu Cha Sathi, ek chote हाँसी देऊ. हो कसलाई भनेको थिए? अब टाढा टाढा जानु छ साथी भने अहिले मर्ने बेला भएको छैन, बाँचिरहनु छ. हाँसिदियो भने कसलाई भनेको थियो? हो. अब यहाँहरु गेस गर्नुस्. कसलाई हो सिम्बलाइज गरेर भनेको होला? गाना सुन्नुस्, रमाइलो गर्नुस्. नो अबाउट दिस रिपेयर प्रोसेस. यहाँहरु सबैको छ, मेरो जसै छ यहाँहरुको पनि छ. बालक बुढा, आइमाई केटी, एनिमल प्लान्ट सबैको छ. हो त्यसकै बारेमा अलिकति अध्ययनको कुरा, अलिकति जानकारीको कुरा. त्यसकारण यु चेयर अप बच्चु कैलाशको गाना सुन्नुस्, टाढा टाढा जानु छ अहिले। अनि in that sense we have to go far, we have to walk very far hand in hand with this mechanism. Good luck.
जानु छ साथी एक फेरा हाँसीले, छुटिसकेको मायालाई साथी एक फेरा कासिदेऊ। टाढा टाढा जानु छ साथी एक फेरा हाँसीले, छुटिसकेको मायालाई साथी एक फेरा कासिदेऊ। यो फुलवारी उजडिएला केही छिन बसेको, यो फुलवारी उजडिएला केही छिन बसेको, बहानै सही आँखामा आँसु लिएर रोएथ्यौ, लिएर रोएथ्यौ। टाढा टाढा जानु छ साथी
कान्छीले बिना ओ लक्ष्मी गाई, ओ शेती गाई,
खेती में आ जाना मरुने छु खरा, त्यो मीठा मीठा कुराले कपिली भुलाए, त्यो मीठा मीठा कुराले कपिली भुलाए।
साँझ भई आयो कपिली भारी, कुन गोर्खाली तरुणीले प्यारी गाईलाई हराई।
गाई भने त्यही कस्तो गर्नु सकिन्न वर्णन, भन्छन्